Yes, ladies and gentlemen, good evening from wherever possible you are watching me. This is Evans Okongo from Kenya, and as usual, I'm coming to you from this rural village of Gukihuru here in Kenya. Actually, I've been on duty throughout the day today, and now I'm back. Actually, my video now begins here in my rural village where I've actually come out of duty. As you can see behind me are the homesteads, and of course I'm on the byway. This is just a byway or a footpath that takes me to my local garden where I did some little farming, where I've actually planted some corn. Some people call it maize, but in Kenya here, Africa, we call it mahindi. I want to go there and actually check, and I saw it good to actually, it's been like 3 or 4 weeks. I've not gone there to check. I'd applied some fertilizer, that is NPK. You know, I wanted to apply DAP, only to learn that DAP was out of order. In fact, out of the stores. I was not able to actually meet it. Therefore, I opted now to apply NPK. So I'm going to check. So come with me here in the rural village where we stay and live, so that we can be able to see the little things that I'm doing across the road. And as you can see, this is now the road where we normally pass going to various destinations in the rural village. Muko aje? Muko freshi? Yeah, those are kids saluting me, and in a special way now I've just said, let me say hi to them. Niko YouTube, mulitaka mujione? Haya, siku nyingine munitafute hapo, nikikuwa na kamera nitawaoji, so that tuangalie. So they are asking me if they can be seen in my camera. Okay, you can see them behind there passing. And then I've just told them another time they should look for me, so that we can be able to have a discussion together. I'm actually at the garden where I was meant to be. As much as it's becoming dark, this is my neighbor, not me actually. Now me, where I have actually done my plantation, is right here. You can just see behind me. This is now my maize plantation where I have actually planted, and I've come also to do some check to see whether the fertilizer got the required color, and as you can be able to see, I believe this is good. This is good. Therefore, I'm looking forward to actually doing a better harvest. You know, here the pieces of land where you can plant are not really enough, and therefore, because they are not enough, we plant the little space you find where, like for example, here I'm at home where my father left me or gave me together with my brothers. So a few of my brothers are not around. So when they are not around, I normally do the necessary. I check that weeding is almost there. You can see, you can be able now to go back to the second weeding soon, so that we try to curb the problem that is emanating, that is the problem of weeds. For if you get to delay a little, the weeds will eat up the maize, therefore it will compromise your harvest. So here in Africa, Africa is very green, as you can be able to see. Very green environment. Here oxygen is very full. There's no pollution of air whatsoever, because it's very far away from the town, where a lot is happening in terms of pollution. So here is very far. Robbie yuko? Robbie Margaret. Haya mahindi naona yanahitaji yafanyiwe sasa hivi vile alifanya last time. Sasa sijui, acha nitaenda tu nimuone. Asante na shukuru. So I was talking to my in-law who was actually around the garden just besides here. I was inquiring whether the one who did weeding for me is around, so that I can go meet her, so that another time my maize can be clean. And I apply just fertilizer as I wait for the outcome of what will be happening. So here we have 2 planting seasons. Here in Africa, majorly here in Kuria, Migori County, where I actually come from, we have 2 planting seasons. In a year we plant twice. That is from a period of around August to September. People do plant here. Then they harvest between January and February, around there. The corn is normally ready, and this is almost the staple food that we use here. And then after February, around March, February, for those of us who get late a little, we also are meant to plant again. So we plant again on February, January, February, March. Then we harvest around May, June, July. So you can see those are 2 seasons in one calendar year. And people here now have developed sort of a vicious cycle of doing this planting, and it has become so much helpful to the people around, because we are also out to ensure that there is sufficient food security. So everybody, every home, anywhere you see, if you can see back at the horizon, just back at the horizon, if you can see up to the far end, Uko, you can see still people are farmers. Still, if I can change it this way, maybe you see the other side, just at the back, and anywhere you will see, there's a lot of farming that is taking place, which is making our lifestyle here actually amicable. That's one way. We also do sweet potatoes in a large scale, though personally I have not started to engage in that. We also do cassava. There is also traditional vegetables like nightshade or managu, spider flower or chisaga. That's how they call it here. And many more other local vegetables. And as you can see also, the Kuria people where we were born and bred are also tobacco farmers. But here, because we are Christians, we normally discourage farming of tobacco. We believe that maybe tobacco might be grown to kill many, in as much as it is seen from a vantage point of pecuniary gain. Our interest is not actually to have tobacco in our mind or in our hearts. Therefore, we hardly plant tobacco, but in short, we plant maize. And as you can see, let me show you the leafy maize around. You can be able to see those leafy maize. They are very leafy, but again, there's a lot of weeds which is trying to crop, just if you can be able to see. So ladies and gentlemen, in case you are new here this evening, this is Evans Okongo from Kenya. And I believe every day, if you are consistent watching YouTube, then I might be coming across you. And therefore, if you happen to see this, kindly watch to the end. Do not cut. I normally give videos which are raw and uncut. And when they are raw and uncut, it simply implies or means that they are very original vlogs and vibes, which can help you also improve. So today, I'm trying to encourage those of you who have at least a small piece of land. Do not waste that land or leave it lie like that. People need a place where they can eat, because I know there are people across the globe who do not have food, who do not have even a morsel of food. But when you plant food and ensure you harvest and store safely, you can sell the surplus, the rest you can eat. And then the surplus you sell is also very influential to whoever is going to consume. In fact, there is an old adage that goes that he who brings food brings life, or she who brings food brings life. So when you see vegetation, green in color or whatever color across the world, then be sure, be rest assured that you have brought life. Therefore, do not become so slothful, so lazy in the way you articulate your work on the shamba. Make sure you work very hard and produce enough, because there are a lot of people who want to have that opportunity, but they find it very difficult to actually have enough to serve humanity. Therefore, from this place where I am this evening, as you can be able to see, I'm only here as a testimony to those of you who have never dared to try, to think again and try, so that when you try, you help others to grow. How do you help others to grow? From here, there are those who will be doing weeding, and by their weeding, they will help people who are to die poor actually to have some cash which can sustain them. That's one. Number two, you will provide food to the society. Food, which is very essential. You know, every morning you wake up, that is a testimony that you are satisfied. But in as much as you are not satisfied, if you wake up hungry, you will become angry always. You know, they say in English that a hungry person is an angry man. So make sure that people are not angry by not providing food. For when we lack food, that's when we have problems with people and humanity. So if you get me, you get me right. Wake up very early, work hard, toil and moil. Do not leave working hard. Working hard is very important. Not only in the shamba, but anywhere you are, be it in the business venture, be it in school, kindly work hard. You know, somewhere the scriptures keep on reminding us that anything that your hand gets to do, do it with all your mighty, because there is nothing that you are going to do in the abyss where you will be going, in Sheol, in the grave. And you know, all of us will one day for sure die. These things, even if we do them, as much as we will not want to do them, or we do them, definitely we have an expiry date. And when our date comes, or when our fate strikes, you know, you have got to know where to hide. Whether you are so rich or so poor, whether you are known or not known, whether you are whatever you are, it is just straightforward. You must make yourself ready so that when the time comes, you find where to belong. So this evening, as I want to welcome you to watch my videos and my vlogs, I'm also having some educational vibes together with you. I'm sharing with you. Be kind, be good, and also learn to be strong in whatever you do. Do not encourage laziness. And above all, when people talk maybe ill against you or ill of you, make sure that you are always strong enough to rise another day to ensure that you fight to the end. That's what I know. That if we do this, definitely, therefore, we are going to be very, very much successful. Friends, I'm so happy always when I'm around. I've told you that more often than once. I normally have a lot of ideas, ideologies to share with you. Finally, when I get to emancipate, I'll be traveling. I'll be having a traveling vlog where you'll be seeing the local society where I come from, the local country where I am. I see a lot of YouTubers trying to travel as many countries as possible, but I believe Kenya, where I was born, is quite a very big place. Country with over 50 million inhabitants. It's not a 1+1 thing. That's why I want finally to find an opportunity to be showing you the different areas of Kenya. And once I'm done with Kenya, I believe I'll be walking or traveling to various destinations. So keep on watching for the different interviews I'll be having with the people. I'll not be alone always. There will be days I'll be talking to friends and accomplices. There are days I'll walk and talk with professionals. There are days I'll walk with experienced people of the corporate society. This is a vlog to keep on watching. So do not anytime, whenever you find me, maybe bringing you something, run away from it or scroll or flip over. Don't. Because This is just but the beginning. The future sounds so good. And the dead future is started to be lived now. So do not bother anything, and ensure that kindly you are on Evans Okongo from Kenya channel. This channel has good for you. So for today from the garden, I think I say thank you. You've walked me the journey. I've seen what's happening. I've seen even my neighbor that I'll inform the same, because he doesn't live around. He lives relatively very far, so that we can be able to realize what we intended to. Otherwise, this evening, thank you very much for staying with me. Now I'm embarking back to go and help in the household chores, which most of the time we are not around. And when we are not around, we have to come back and help where we can. So I am heading home so that I can help my dear wife to take care of the little one, Ethan, and so that she can be preparing the evening meals, so that we can have a good night. And then we meet again when we can't escape. So otherwise, if you did also plant like I did, kindly ensure you look for fertilizer. This is the time you need to apply fertilizer so that we can weed and have the harvest when November strikes around. Thank you very much. So I believe you've watched and enjoyed. I did not want to go very far, but I'm happy that I've done up to that extent. And as usual, I'm on that road which normally brings me home. You can see it. I'm now heading home straight so that I can be able to meet my family. Thank you for watching. It has been so much wonderful having you around, and I've really enjoyed every bit of it. I believe tomorrow is another day. On Sabbath, which will be on 4th of October 2025, I'll be heading to Nyabikongori. Meet me from Nyabikongori, where we shall be having religious preaching and the sermon, and of course the Lord's Supper, which we will be communing together. And join us from wherever walks of life you are, so that we enjoy. But for tomorrow being Friday, which is the day I'll of course bring this video to you, I believe it's going to be a good day in the workplace, in my office where I work from, and also working with the young ones, so that we see how they change their lives, so that they can secure their future. Otherwise, in as much as you see a lot of color, shades, things changing, it's because I'm changing the environment. I'm now seriously heading to home. And as you can see just behind me, this is my home where I come from. I've actually planted some bananas here. You can be able to see. Recently there was a lot of hailstorm that actually caused me to have that. And as you can be able to see, I live almost next to the road. This is the hedge next to the road. And I'm so happy that you've been giving me company. And therefore I want to say thank you for the times that we have had. Now, as I call it good evening, I believe we shall meet again when we can't escape. God bless you. See you another time when there is time, and I think I'll enjoy. They fear being seen in the camera. Therefore, I'm sorry, you can't see them. They are camera shy. Thank you very much.